Gonna beat the shit out of this bear. Check this out, guys. Okay. Red Dead fucking Redemption. The best cowboy game ever made. Well, that's just what I think. You may prefer something like Call of Juarez, if you're a nerd. But Red Dead Redemption is one of my all-time favorite games, and I really wanted to replay it after I did my Bully review. Plus, it is kind of topical, considering Red Dead Redemption 2 is supposed to be coming out later this year, and I won't lie to you guys, I'm fucking excited for it. In fact, I haven't been this excited for an upcoming game since GTA 5. And yes, before you say anything, I know I am a Rockstar fanboy, but I can't help it, I was born this way. So, in Red Dead Redemption, you play as John Marston, former outlaw and one of the coolest video game protagonists ever, and we'll get to why that is soon enough, don't you worry. John used to run with a gang of criminals before he decided to give that life up and start a family, but now, however many years later, the government has taken John's family hostage and they're forcing him to find and kill his former gang members. On the whole, the story is freaking awesome. It's a rootin', tootin', shootin', cahootin' Wild West extravaganza filled with plenty of badass serious moments, but also just the right amount of silliness and comic relief. One thing I've noticed about Rockstar games is that they often have interesting and memorable characters, and Red Dead Redemption is no different. Like I said, John Marston is a fucking badass. In cutscenes, he's polite and well-spoken, but he also doesn't take any shit, and if you try to fuck with him, then he'll fuck you right back. Wait, that didn't come out right. He's respectful to the people who deserve his respect, and not respectful to the people who suck. And some people think his politeness can sometimes feel out of place, considering how in cutscenes he can be talking about the sanctity of marriage or how he's trying to leave his criminal life in the past, and then in gameplay he can go on a total rampage and murder a bunch of innocent people, but I never saw it as too much of a problem. He is always going on about how he isn't a hero, and all things taken into consideration, he's a pretty bad guy. But he isn't though. 'Cause I love him. Plus, the other characters are memorable and interesting too, like Nigel West Dickens, Landon Ricketts, my boy Seth. They all had unique and distinct personalities, and seeing them interact with John was an overall joy. And I just want to briefly mention the ending before I start to talk about the gameplay. I won't spoil anything in case you somehow haven't heard about it yet, but goddamn. This game has one of the most tragic, heartbreaking, well-executed endings ever. Okay, let's talk about shooting people. The main gameplay mostly consists of shooting, horse riding, and sometimes racing, and that's all fine and dandy, but personally what I've always loved about this game is the fucking crazy amount of optional stuff there is to do. There are so many cowboy-themed activities to do, it's bananas. You can play cards, liar's dice, horseshoes, that stabby hand game, whatever that's called. You can go bounty hunting, animal hunting, you can have standoffs, break in horses, or maybe just get so drunk that you can't when okay, just think I'll just stay down here for a minute. There's so much shit to do in this game that the first time I played it, I just got totally lost in all the side activities, and I fell in love with the game's world. Red Dead Redemption's game world just feels so damn detailed and intricate and alive. It feels more alive than Frankenstein's monster. You might be riding on your way to the next mission when you get distracted by a stranger quest or a random encounter, or maybe you'll just get fucked up by a wild animal like I did. The whole thing just feels very immersive, and while some people think that the side activities don't have any point because usually the only reward you get is money, and money is kind of pointless in this game, I don't see it like that. I think it's just about having fun and getting more absorbed in the game's world. Although I should mention that even though I love this game, I don't think it's perfect. Like every game, it has its faults. One thing I never really liked was the lack of variety in the main missions. They mostly go like this: you go and talk to someone for a bit, you both decide you should ride over to a place and shoot some dudes, then you ride over to a place and shoot some dudes. It's not like every mission is like that, but well, a lot of them are. Although funnily enough, I did like the horse riding segments in these missions because the characters very often talk to each other and you get to learn more about them. Plus, the game is really varied in the side side activities, so I'd say that makes up for it. The firefights are actually pretty easy most of the time, because all you have to do is automatically lock onto someone and then aim up just a scooch and bam, instant headshot. You can turn off auto-aiming in the menu, and I would definitely recommend doing that if you want the gunfights to be more challenging. But look, these problems I have, they don't mean shit, okay? The bottom line is Red Dead Redemption is awesome. The characters are awesome, the writing is awesome, Deadeye is awesome, horse riding, well, there's certainly a lot of it. It's a great game that also had a great online mode that was kind of like GTA Online before that was even a thing. It also had one of the best DLC expansion packs ever, Undead Nightmare, which is so fucking fun that I might just make a separate video on it one day. Yup, Red Dead Redemption is great, and you know what? I bet the sequel will be even better. Don't fucking make me regret saying that, Rockstar. Red Dead Redemption is so fucking good I want to grind it up and snort it. But don't tell the DEA I said that.